Everyone, I'm Dylandurbano, the team lead at Infinite Studio, where I was delegating tasks to the appropriate team members, helping where they needed and building some of the key features of the app. Today, we're going to be talking about Bishop Nutrition, the app we built in collaboration with Dr. Bishop's weight management clinic. Today, some of the things we'll be talking about are the problems they were having and our solution. Then our design lead, Jeff, will go over the design process, followed by our two front-end developers, Brenda and Viraj, who will be talking about the technology and the features that went into our app, followed closely by Connor, who was the UX and UI designer of our group, with some future recommendations for our app. And that will be finished off by Christian, who will lead us through a quick little tech demo. So the problem our client was having with their current system was it was outdated. They had a paper food tracking diary that they wanted converted into an app. So we took their concept of the paper diary, added some extra features to it, and the results were the Bishop Nutrition app that you can see on the right side here. And now I will be handing it off to Jeff to talk us through the design process.
Thanks, Dylan. As you mentioned, I'm Jeff, and I was the design lead for Infinite Studio, as well as one of the UI developers. I was responsible for facilitating the UX process and maintaining the user experience throughout the development of the app. For this project, we followed a user-centered design process to find and then solve user pain points in health tracking. Through the user research, we learned many of the users had to use multiple apps such as Fitbit and MyFitnessPal to get the features they wanted and to log various data points. We looked at those apps and their features and set out to simplify them and combine them in various features into a single application. We then developed a wireframe which provided us a layout for testing and approval of those features combined. Once we had the feature set in a way that allowed for a great user experience, we created the visual design and interactive mockups. After completing some user testing, the design team made any necessary changes and then moved into development to support the other developers, mainly focusing on the user interface while resolving any design issues that arose, while keeping user experience the main priority. If you have any specific questions about the design process, I'll be happy to discuss them later. Raj will now discuss the high-level architecture.
Thanks, Jeff. Hey guys, I'm a front-end developer of this team. In the architecture here, user is a patient of Dr. Bishop's and admin is our client itself. There are two technology we have used. One is front-end and second is back-end. Front-end technology, our team has built a native iOS mobile application for the patients of Dr. Bishop's weight management clinic. We have been sticking to three main technologies to develop the front end of our mobile application, which are React Native, React Web, and CSS. React Native is a JavaScript framework used to build truly native application for both iOS and Android without having to code both. CSS is a styling language. Its purpose is to style the front end of our application. We have done all coding in React Native language. To give design and styling the application, we use CSS. For backend, we use Firebase technology. The two specific Firebase technology we have focused on are authentication and Cloud Firestore. We have used those two technologies for three things: user login, user data storage, and Dr. Bishop's data storage, which is basically admin side data. Authentication is used to verify the real person from admin and user side logging in, where Cloud Firestore is to store data from both sides, user and admin. So here is from my side. Now Brenda is going to tell about application feature.
Thanks, Viraj. Good afternoon, all. I'm Brenda, and my role as a front-end developer includes determining the structure, designing of the web pages, and searching on different data visualization libraries. Now, the features that we have implemented for our app are the basic one is for the food widget that contains all the categories according to our client's food plan, in which we can add the food portion and track the record. We also have the food list option and a favorite option to add items to the favorite list. Along with the food tracking, we have implemented sleep, mood, and activity tracking widgets in our app. Now, Connor will say about the future works.
Hi everyone, I'm Connor. I'm a UX UI designer at Infinite Studio. I'll be talking about our recommended future features. The first one being is customizable home screen widgets. As you can see on the picture on the right, it'll allow you to hide certain widgets on the home screen. We found from our user research that a lot of users don't like seeing weight right in their face. So that feature will allow them to hide that widget. Another would be to add more progression to be able to see previous days. Currently, you can see your current day, week, and month. So allowing the user to view previous days, allow them to see maybe what they did right, what they did wrong. Could integrate Fitbit support. That'll allow users to connect their Fitbit device with Bishop Nutrition, allowing them to track their steps, sleep, and activity. Also, we could integrate Siri for voice commands. And lastly, to create an Android version. About 2/3 of the users are on iOS, but that 1/3 that's on Android, it would be great for them to be able to use the app as well. And I'll hand it off to Christian, who will do a tech demo.
All right, I'm just going to share my screen. All right, cool. Can you see my screen okay? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Connor. Hey everyone, my name is Christian and I am the technical lead for this project. My responsibilities included conducting technology research, designing our database structure, allocating development tasks, and building various front-end and back-end components. Now I'm going to show you some results of the development work we've been doing the past month and a half. I'll run through some of the features that one of Dr. Bishop's patients would use on a daily basis. So please also ignore the pop-up in the top left. I apologize for that. So when you open up the app and you're logged in, you land on the dashboard, which is where all your main health tracking tools live in the form of widgets. We'll start with the main food tracker right here. As you can see, all the food categories and their daily portion allowances are shown according to the food plan the user is on. Every tracking tool is connected to our database, which is on the right here, which updates in real time as the user interacts with the app. So I can go ahead and add portions to each category and it'll update in the back end. So say I want to add one for dairy, a couple for fruit, and you can see in the back end how it's updated in real time. Same functionality with water. If I drank 7 glasses of water, for example, today, I'd simply hit the 7th glass and they would all fill up like that. Next is the weight tracker that indicates your weight loss progress and also allows for the creation of an entry to track your progress, which I will show in a moment. Next up is the sleep tracking widget, which simply keeps track of how long you slept last night. It also allows you to add some notes as well. So I could say I went to bed at 11 p.m., woke up at 7:05, can add some notes as well, and tap on save, and that will save your sleep data. Same idea for the activity and mood trackers, which are these two right here. They both do what you'd expect in tracking your exercise, as well as how you're feeling. They pop up as modal windows and you can do it that way. The next main tab is Dr. Bishop's food list, and it acts as a reference for the user to see all the allowed foods and their portion sizes as well. And they're split up into different categories. You can also search, as well as add to favorites. and as well, you can remove from favorites. Here is the progress screen, which I mentioned earlier. Here you can track your weight and measurement history and body measurement history and see how you've progressed over time. You can also enter in when you want to update your measurements or weight, like so. And finally, we have the Profile tab, which allows you to just edit basic information about yourself, as well as some authentication features like sign in, sign out capabilities, and change your password as well. So that is the demo for Bishop Nutrition, and I'll throw it back to Dylan.
So that's everything we have for our Bishop Nutrition app. If anybody else has any questions.